a big city. You just name it, and New York's supposed to have it. That's why thousands of people keep pouring in, all looking for something. A career, success, love, or something they can't even define. Like me. I'm Phyllis Matthews from Nebraska. I finally arrived on a bus. This bus. I wasn't quite sure what I was looking for either, but I knew I'd find it only in New York.
164 arriving at gate 7 from Omaha, Des Moines, and Chicago.
Oh, I'm sorry, we almost locked bumpers.
If there's any damage to the chassis, honey, I'll be glad to pay for repairs.
Buster, you couldn't even pay for the headlights.
Wowee.
Phyllis! Phil! Fran, hi! Oh, darling. Oh, you're wonderful to meet me. Golly, I can hardly believe I'm here. You look so Fran, you look fabulous. You mean this is what singing in New York can do for you?
Yes, yes. Wait till you hear, honey, what a day you picked to arrive in New York. Look, we're in a terrific hurry. You get someone to help with the bags, and I'll get a cab.
I don't need any help. I'll get them.
Honey, we are not back in the depot in Nebraska. This is a big city. There are people here to help you with things like this.
I've got exactly $920, and it's got to last a long time. Someday I may want that 50-cent tip to use in the automat. Can you help me with it?
Yeah. My agent should see me now.
You were so smart to leave, Fran. I could hardly wait to get away.
Should have married off Aunt Kate sooner.
Oh, I know that if I weren't going to be staying with you until I got settled, she wouldn't have wanted me to come anyway. That's Times Square! I've read about it all my life, and there it is.
It's a great sight if you can't read.
What are you looking at?
Me, 6 years ago. When I first came to New York, everything seemed wonderful to me, too.
For you, it got even more wonderful. Did I tell you about Betsy and Harry McIntosh?
No, you didn't, but it can wait. Let me tell you my news first. You're going to go to the Blue Knight this evening.
Not tonight, Fran. I'm dead, and nothing is pressed.
No excuses. You're going to attend the opening of one Miss Fran Davis.
Fran, that's wonderful.
How about that? Oh, yes, and I got you a very interesting date. Mr. Baron Courtney III, himself, in person.
Baron Courtney. Sounds very society.
He is, plus the fact that his family invented money.
Golly, what can I possibly say to a Courtney?
You'll think of something. Darling, would you like to sit on this side? You'll be able to see more. Down the hall, and a fellow works for the UN.
Well, here we are, home sweet home. Oh, isn't it attractive? Oh, no, let me.
Just on me, honey. Keep the change.
Thanks a lot, lady.
You're welcome. Now, look, Tootsie, we got to get started. Van's going to pick you up in less than an hour. And I got to get to the club in time to get real nervous. You're going to sleep in here. This makes up into a bed. And this is the bathroom in here. And you start getting dressed, because I got a couple of phone calls to make.
Oh, Fran. Ever since you wrote that you'd be glad to have me come and stay here with you, you know, I never thought it would ever really happen, and I don't know how to thank you.
Sure you do, honey. In fact, you just did. Would you like a drink first?
A what?
Never mind. Franny needs one.
Wrong with the shower?
All right, Claude. All right, just say you bring a lot of people and they laugh at the jokes and applaud good and loud. Oh.
How do you know? Hello, I'm Tom Bradley, and you'd undoubtedly be,
Sexy songs and snappy chatter. What do you think?
Fran.
Just a minute.
I can't take my bath right now. There's a man in the shower.
Oh. What? I'll call you later. There's a man where? Tall, blue eyes?
I think so.
Honey, that's Tom Bradley. Lives upstairs. What are friends for? You'll like him. He's like a brother to me.
Thanks for the shower, Franny. Mine's in the fritz.
Be my guest. Oh, I see you've met Phyllis.
So you're Phyllis. Well, the average is getting better. Although why you didn't want to stay home and marry your nice boy from the bank or wherever your nice boy happens to be, this I can't understand.
You don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Bradley.
No. You're Phyllis Matthews. Age 20, size 12, late at the Grand Island department store. And a friend of friends from way back. Dying to come to Manhattan where all lucky girls go to live. Live, I tell you, live.
Here we go again. Darling, he works at a magazine all day, so he talks like that all night. Yada-de-yada. Will you get lost, please, Tom? We gotta get dressed.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes?
for heaven's sake, what's wrong with a girl wanting to come to New York to be a model?
Nothing, Matthews. You do have a fresh, attractive face and a good body. And with Fran's help, you'll probably do quite well. For a while. But when you stumble...
Tom, Phyllis doesn't know what in the heck you're talking about.
Oh, I think it's all pretty clear. Mr. Bradley thinks I'm an empty-headed kid from the sticks. And he's entitled to his opinion. Fran, you said we'd have to hurry. And since the shower is vacant...
Gee, I wish I had your talent for winning friends.
Well, I'm only trying.
Will you please get out of here and give me back my towel? Now, come on, I want to make sure this still looks great. After all, this is her first date in New York City.
All right, all right. Fran, this intrigues me very much. Who's her date?
Courtney, you pauper. Baron Courtney.
Knock my door if you need more bandages.
Kid Courtney. Every time we blow in town, he's got a different girl in his arm.
With a little variety, too.
Well, if I had his looks and $500,000, I'd do pretty good myself up there.
There never was $500,000. And whatever it was, he ran through a couple of years ago. All he's got left is that Courtney name and a hope for the future. And whatever 5% he can latch on to trying to promote deals. So what the heck, pal? You're better off than he is.
Yeah, well, how come he's sitting at a ringside table with her and I'm sitting at the bar with you? No offense, boss.
The music all right?
It certainly is.
Am I all right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are we waiting for?
You know, New York is never going to forgive you
Forgive me for what?
for waiting so long to come here. You see, every man in here wishes he were I, and every woman wishes you were dead.
It'd be rather stupid to say anything to all that, wouldn't I?
Oh, you're going to do fine in this town, darling. You mind if I introduce you to someone who could do you a lot of good?
Love it. Who?
Ted Andrews at the bar.
Oh, what's he do?
He does fine. Come on.
He's bringing her over here. You don't know me.
Phyllis, I'd like you to meet Ted Andrews. Ted, this is Phyllis Matthews of Grand Island, Nebraska.
How do you do, Mr. Andrews?
How do you do? Nebraska. Can I buy you a drink?
No, thank you, Mr. Andrews.
We better check this kid out. What will you have?
Well, nothing, I guess.
Look, honey, you're not going to get anything from him that you can't get better from me. Why don't you break your date and join a real party?
Look, honey, when these guys come to New York for a couple of days, they have to work fast.
I'm sorry, I am with Mr. Courtney.
I'll bet you $100 you break your date.
Certainly will not.
Okay, I lose. Here, take it.
I don't know what you're suggesting.
Oh, look, honey, please don't be insulted. There's no strings attached. I'm offering it to you as a compliment. You see, I have to catch a midnight plane for Chicago. Let's say it's worth $25 an hour just to look into those big, brown, beautiful eyes.
Take me back to the table, please.
But, honey, it's not what you think it is. Look around. Half the girls here are doing fine. Right, Baron?
Unfortunately, Ted, right.
Excuse me.
Nebraska.
tell me that Mr. Ted Andrews, big shot gambler, came to bat and struck out.
Game isn't over yet. I'll get a hit sooner or later.
I'm sorry, honey. I wouldn't have you upset or embarrassed for anything.
Forget it, Baron. It wasn't your fault.
Uh-oh. It looks like I'm going to have every character in New York come up and give me the big hello tonight. How are you, Lou? Phyllis, this is Lou Martell. He owns the club and okays the tab, so smile nice for the man. Lou, this is Phyllis Matthews, a friend of Fran's.
How do you do, Mr. Martell?
Phyllis?
Phyllis Matthews.
Model?
Going to try.
Sit down, Baron. Well, I hope 6 months from now, no one has to ask the name that goes with that lovely face. Oh, we have a running gag at the club here, Miss Matthews. It's supposed to be a big deal if I give a guest an orchid. But you know something? This orchid can't do anything for you that nature hasn't done already.
Thank you.
See you later.
Lou, would you ask Fran if she could come out a second before the show?
I doubt it. I'll try.
It's beautiful.
Who is it?
It's me, Fran.
Oh, Lou, come on in.
How you feeling, honey? I know you're going to be... Oh, hello, Mr. Marsh.
How are you, Lou?
Am I interrupting anything?
No, not a thing. I just dropped in to wish you a new star good luck.
How's the crowd?
Don't worry, you're going to be happy.
Oh, is my agent out there, or does his 10% stop with those geraniums?
Oh, I haven't seen Irving. There's the best agent you ever had, Fran. He's the one that really twisted my arm. For all, about 10 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking great, Fran. See you later.
No, you weren't fooling me. I know you had a few words with Lou.
For yourself?
Yeah, you think you're very clever, don't you? I wasn't going to thank you till later tonight.
What?
Are you trying to ruin my makeup?
Limited to that, exactly.
Well, I can put on makeup any time. You know something? I love you. And I want you. And I don't care who knows about it.
You know something? I believe you.
But don't forget it and stop looking at your watch. I still got 8 minutes.
But I haven't, darling. I told you I've got to get to the publisher's banquet.
You must be crazy to go to those things. I suppose Mr. and Mrs. Michael Marsh have to present a very staid, respectable picture at the speaker's table.
Yeah, it's the general idea. Only comes once a year.
Why didn't you tell them to wait till she gets the divorce? Then you won't have to go at all.
Oh, baby. Don't rush things. She's agreed to it. Let it go at that. You just worried about hitting the right notes. Don't make me out a bad picker with Lou Martell. Sing good.
I wonder if any man can be as sensational as I think you are. Maybe you just got a good tailor.
I'll call you later.
Don't forget.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Fran Davis.
Down through the ages, the sages have said, truth is beauty, honesty is all virtue, integrity over all. I don't think those crazy sages at all. Because when my guy is near me and the time is right for love, I say to him, I say, don't you make with that cold truth, baby. Not when my temperature's 8,000 above. Just tell me the moment you saw me. Say that was the moment you fell. Come on, lie to me, lie to me, lie to me, baby. You lie so doggone well. It's not that you're such a great salesman, but ooh, what a product you sell. Come on, lie to me, lie to me, lie to me, baby. You lie so doggone well. Tell me I'm chock full of goodies.
dripping with charm. Call me your Venus de Milo, a 54 model with arms. Tell me the dolls in the movies are nothing compared to your friends. Oh, lie to me, lie to me, lie to me, baby. You're such a lying man. Don't make me the belle of the ball. Just have a ball with your belle. Lie to me, fib to me, throw me a whopper, because you lie so doggone well.
It's been so much fun for me.
Listen, I can still think of a couple of things to do.
I'll bet you can. Good night, Baron.
I'm going to be calling you, Phyllis, so expect it.
Thanks again. Good night.
Good night, ladies.
Good night.
Well, your first night in the big town. Oh, quite an evening, Fran. And thank you. You're awfully sweet.
You're awfully welcome. I'm going to get myself a couple of aspirins and a glass of water. Then I'm going to curl up in bed, wait for my phone call.
Fran, I'd like to ask you about something, but I don't know quite how to say it.
Well, open your pretty little mouth and let the words come out.
I don't know if I'm being silly or... Oh, maybe it's the way everything is here.
What's the big problem, honey?
Tonight at the club, Baron introduced me to a man at the bar, and we talked a minute. And then he asked me to break my date with Baron and go to a party with him.
Oh?
When I said I wouldn't, he said he'd bet me $100 that I would. What I really want to know is, what do I do in a situation like that?
Look, Junior, you and I are not going to go to sleep anyway, so suppose I make a little instant coffee, and we have a very serious conversation.
Oh, sure, I guess so.
You know, you just always have to make sure you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. If you get a few breaks modeling, then before you know it, everybody will see that pretty face all over town. There'll be a lot of nice guys who'll be more than glad to give you $20, $50, maybe even $100 just to be seen around town with you.
Oh.
Sure, it makes them feel like big men.
Fran, who's kidding who?
Honey, when I was modeling, I took money from those expense account boys, and believe me, they took me to the door. It was good night, thank you, and that was that.
I don't know. Money seems so...
Money is money. It's dirty if you're dirty. Sounds corny, baby, but those are the facts of life.
Hi, kids. Hey, how'd it go? A new store on the skyline?
Oh, went real adequate. Why don't you come down? I'll tell you about it over a cup of coffee.
No.
You bring the coffee.
I'd better not. But I'll send some down.
Okay. How come he's around all the time and up so late?
He never goes to sleep. Magazine writers don't, you know. It's some kind of rule. Thanks very much. Change your mind?
No, thanks. I've got some work to do. How'd Phyllis like it all?
It's for you.
Yeah?
Just wondering how the glittering lights of East 54th Street look.
Oh, for a little hick like me, they were real glittery. Can you see? Starry-eyed as can be.
When you going back home?
I haven't bought your bill of goods yet. I'm going to fight it out on this island if it takes $900.
Definitely?
Definitely.
In that case, you better come up to the office tomorrow. Might as well start on the top. Good night.
What?
4 132 Fifth Avenue, 11 o'clock.
Did you hear that? I've got an interview, my first day.
No, I heard of lots of places and lots of ways that a gal got to first base, but you're the first one I ever knew who did it in a dumbwaiter.
Honey, the coffee!
The full page we discussed, Mr. Marsh.
We have another angle on her with a little more cleavage.
Yes, sir.
Let's use the other angle.
Right, other angle.
Yes, and 4 pages of ads.
Just think about it, Mike. The takeout could be one of the juiciest we ever did.
Tom, you've been trying to sell me this Manhattan dream deal of yours for the past year. I thought you'd forgotten it. Charlie promised us a rough layout of the horse show. Did we get it yet, Betsy?
Horse show, I'll check.
I never saw it all Joe before, Mike. It can't miss.
Anything you like that much is going to cost too much money.
Mr. Marsh, you promised us your decision on slacks for teenagers.
I don't like them.
Don't like slacks.
The marrying Martindales. Europe's 4 beautiful sisters have amassed 11 marriages among them.
Herb, what kind of a head is that? Where's the sock? Where's the sex? Where's the schmaltz?
What could you say about the Martindales that hasn't already been said?
Why don't you set up a baseball box score? The number of times at bat, the number of times they struck out, and the amount of settlements they strike out.
That's great. Use it, Herb.
You think I'm serious?
What's the difference?
I ran his mug shot at the Blees.
Are we going to get those color proofs back in time?
They swore they'd be here. I'll follow it up, Mr. Marsh.
All right, check with me before you put it to bed, Herb.
Yes,
Oh, look, fellas, give me a break, will you, huh? To sum it up, Mike, you take a girl, an ordinary girl, and you let her do everything that anybody who ever dreamed about New York might do. You give her a blank check, as it were. Mary Smith, in the middle of Fifth Avenue, naked and with a checkbook. The naked intrigued you, huh?
Touche, Tommy. You think I'm pretty filthy-minded, don't you?
I think you're a smart promoter, Mike, who gives the public everything it wants for 15 cents a week. And I'll love you like a brother if you give me the green light on Manhattan Dream.
Well, doesn't hit me. Bring up the meeting next month.
Glamour. Cheesecake. Something fresh.
No, baby, no. No sales.
Clothes pretty for the man, baby. As I say, Mike, an ordinary girl. Something fresh, but with glamour. And youth. Beauty. And cheesecake. And the circulation goes up 50,000. Mike, meet Phyllis Matthews.
Pleasure. Set me up like a sitting duck, didn't you? You got yourself a good agent, honey. Yeah. Yeah, I'm beginning to see what you meant, Tom. Paul, come in here. Well, what are you two waiting for? Okay, so it worked. Okay, so I'm human. Get going.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
My pleasure, Mr. Bradley.
What do you want?
You called me.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Tom. I understand we're doing another one together, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Jonathan, meet Phyllis Matthews. Phil, Jonathan Hughes, best photographer in town.
Better not, honey. I'm loaded with germs today.
What the layout is, Jonathan, it's a fairy tale. A girl in New York doing everything a girl in New York could dream of. You know, the restaurants, bright lights, limousine.
Tom, you looked at the thermometer lately. The slush on the... It's even higher than... You want me to die? All of us? Outdoor locations are like an expedition to, it's even farther than... You want to go outside in weather like this?
Look, Jonathan, we go with this right away.
So do it here, boy, in the studio. We've got the equipment. I've got some wonderful background plates, plenty of sustenance. And obviously, you have the girl.
Okay, Jonathan, you're the photographer.
Only way to do it. Much healthier. Glad I met you, honey.
Goodbye.
What a character. Well, I told you it worked, didn't I? How's it sound?
Sounds incredible.
Won't be easy. Impossible hours, a week, 10 days, maybe. Jonathan will wear you to a frazzle with the poses he'll want, and you'll have to see an awful lot of me.
I'll take my chances.
Betsy, I'll send you a list of theaters to clear and some stores I want to use.
What's the reading?
100.
That's fine. Okay, honey, now I want a nice sleepy expression. Sleep, sleep. All right, that's it up. That's fine. That's just fine. Okay there? Okay. Now, sleep. Ah, got it!
Oh, bless you.
That's fine. Now kill the set, and we'll try another shot.
Okay, honey, out of bed.
Hold it. Hold it. this way. That's it. Twist it up. Water. Get your chin up a little more. That's fine. Just hold the hand. Thank you very much.
Ooh.
I don't see anything funny about that. He's off on the snow, will you?
Off on the snow.
Here's this one.
Isn't this an amazing world today? You can get rid of any infection. All you have to do is take penicillin. And like that, hides. All right, kids, let's get to work now. Let's do this easy now. You were shopping. You spend money like it's going out of style. This is your car. You can either drive it or take it home on a leash. You got it? Give me the pose now. That's it. Beautiful. Hold it. Hold it. Got it. Well, kids, that winds it up. And don't think it hasn't been just real jazzy working with y'all. Killer lights, boys. That does it. Good night, everybody. Good night. Phyllis, you were great.
Thanks.
Tom, I think we got some wonderful shots.
I hope so. Thanks a lot, Jonathan.
See you in the morning.
Right.
If I can make it. Good night.
Nice.
Well, that does it. How do you feel?
Oh, exhausted and happy. It's a tough fight, Mom. Do you think I won?
I think you won.
Well... Why did you do that?
Maybe to see what you'd do.
What did I do?
Not bad at all. Well, I guess this winds it up. Maybe you better get dressed, huh?
Maybe I better.
I'll wait for you outside.
Well, Phyllis, how does it feel to be the star of the layout? You as happy about it as I am?
Oh, golly, Mr. Marsh, I'm very happy, of course. But until the magazine comes out, can you really tell?
When it does, everyone in town is going to feel about you just as I do. Full of admiration and very, very impressed.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. I certainly owe an awful lot to Tom Bradley and to you, of course.
Glitter's going to owe a great deal to you. In fact, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. You're not busy for lunch, are you?
No, I'm not.
Even a rather long lunch?
I'd love it.
Good. Excuse me. There are some photostats of the rough layout on the table over there. You might be interested. Hello?
Hello, darling. A happy noontime to you. Yeah, I'm happy. But I'd be a lot happier if you'd meet me in, say, about 40 minutes accidentally on purpose somewhere.
You know there's nothing I'd rather do if I could, but I can't, baby. Some contract problems came up. I'll be involved the rest of the day.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. No. No, baby. You don't say. Well, same to you.
All right, darling. Goodbye.
What I wanted to talk to you about, Phil, was this. I'm thinking of putting you under exclusive contract to Glitter. I've never done that before, but in your case, I think we'd be more than justified.
Oh, that's awfully flattering, Mr. Marsh. We'd certainly have to talk more about it.
Of course we would. In the meantime, I have another idea for a takeout that I think you'd be ideal for.
Now, why do they say that a nice, intimate little restaurant is a place to get away from it all? You just run into more of it.
Well,
Now, what was it you were telling me not 10 minutes ago about your naive little roommate? My dear Francis, there's as much to knowing when as how. My coat, please.
Mr. Courtney, anything wrong?
No, we just remembered we're both on the wagon. My, hasn't she played her cards well?
Brisk, clear Sunday morning. Nothing to do but have a big breakfast and read the Sunday papers.
Why in the world did you want to buy caviar?
Just to be conspicuous.
I tasted it once back home. I'll never understand why caviar is so expensive.
It's a year's work for sturgeon.
Oh, I just have to write a long letter to Aunt Kate.
Gonna tell her how to get ahead in the big city?
Just to tell everyone in Grand Island to buy the issue of the 22nd.
Are you gonna tell her how Victor's little restaurant looks at cocktail time?
Why, yes. I was there yesterday with Mike Marsh.
You don't say.
We talked business.
How nice.
Fran, look, don't jump to conclusions.
Jump schmump, can I ask a few questions?
I'll take this stuff upstairs and be right down, Phil.
Fran, Mike took me there to talk about a contract. He said not to mention it to anyone at all.
Oh, don't give me that. That wasn't all there was to your little luncheon. And don't ask me how I know. I have ways of finding those things out.
Now, Fran.
Look, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. Mike Marsh belongs to me.
He's married, isn't he?
Yes, well, he's getting a divorce. His wife has been stalling us for a couple of years. I know that Mike is a very attractive man, and he has plenty of opportunities with you little model cuties. And I've seen that look in his eyes when he thinks he's getting somewhere. And he had it in there with you, kid. He had it in spades.
Fran, you don't think there was anything wrong in what I did?
I only know that Mike is very contented with me now. And I wouldn't want anything or anybody to spoil it. You understand?
Fran.
You're reading too many true confessions, Fran.
I don't know. Maybe we're getting stood up and walking in there and singing them like that together. I felt like the ground was being cut out from under me. I'm acting like a crazy, jealous dame. If Phyllis had said one wrong word in there, I think I would have... Well, what's wrong with me?
There's nothing the matter with you. Fran. Fran. Look. Just been working too hard and you're tired and hungry. Oh, come on now. You're still a level-headed Fran, aren't you? All any of us needs is some bacon and eggs and coffee, huh?
Tom, I'm not getting any younger. Mike's what I'm counting on. What have I got? I don't think I could stand it if anything happened to us.
Anytime you can tip me off about deals like that tax sale, Baron, I'll be glad to slip you 5%.
Oh, make it 6. There's such a stigma about the number 5.
All set. Good night, Baron.
Good night, honey. Oh, here, let me.
No, Baron.
Well, if you insist.
Well, keep me in mind, Baron.
You betcha.
Good night.
10 days is a long time, you know. It's going to be lonesome without any work to do with you and Jonathan. Without anyone to whistle at if the dumb waiting.
That would have been a beautiful farewell speech, honey. You'd cut all the words after lonesome.
It's going to be lonesome, period. Shall we go?
Don't stay away so long.
Thank you, Mr. Martell.
Good night, my dear.
Mr. Marsh, how good to see you.
Hello, Phil. Tom? Phil, this is my wife, Greta. Greta? Phyllis Matthews.
How do you do?
Oh, yes, you're the dream girl, aren't you? Mike's Manhattan dream.
Yes, that's right. I thought you'd left, Tom.
Well, I'm taking the 1040 plane. On my way now, as a matter of fact.
Oh. Seen the book yet?
No, I'm dying to.
You'll like it, I think.
From what I hear, Miss Matthews has already created quite a stir around town.
Yes, indeed. Well, so long, Mike. Call you from Chicago.
Have a nice trip.
Thanks, Mike. Nice to have seen you, Mrs. Marsh.
I just met you.
Well, you seem to have carried that off very well, dear.
Good evening, Mr. Marsh. Have your table for you.
Excuse me, baby.
That was your idea coming here. Why don't you relax, at least enjoy it?
Indeed, it was my idea to come here. But then I hardly expected either of us to have a rip-roaring time.
Champagne?
Why not?
A good import, something dry.
However, I didn't expect to hit two birds with one stone, either.
Why did you have to be so catty about Phyllis Matthews? After all, she's only done one layout for the magazine, and there are dozens and dozens of models.
Oh, I'm sure there have been.
Don't you ever ask yourself why you keep up this farce of a marriage?
Not anymore. I enjoy being the wife of a prominent publisher. It's pleasant when I travel to have so much done for me. And after all, since it is my money that made the magazine, I like having everything in one neat package.
Oh, it's you.
Don't look now, honey bunch, but there's a very interesting couple out front.
I know. Tom and Phil. I saw them after the first show. Didn't she look darling?
Oh, nothing so prosaic. I'm talking about one Michael Marsh.
Oh?
Of course, he's sitting with a comparative stranger, his wife.
How nice.
Just thought you'd like to know.
Oh, Baron. I'd like to talk to you.
Lou, what about? Oh, I know. I've run up a little tab.
Yeah, about 800, and I'd like to have it. But what's more important, I'd like to collect this.
Where did you get that? That's the 5,000 I owe Sammy Bacon.
Well, Sammy got a little itchy and dumped it with some friends of mine, and now my friends would like some action.
Well, now, listen, Lou.
Oh, it's a great house tonight, friend. Give a good show. You promote enough to get by very nicely. Your clothes and convertible, and money you save not buying drinks. I'm surprised you're not picking up rent money from the girls you introduced to all your friends.
Oh, now, wait a minute. You can say that I try and work all the angles and that I out-fumble everybody for the checks, but there's even a limit to what I'll do.
All right, skip it. That's not the point, is it? The point is my friends want their money. And I think it'd be a good idea not to disappoint them.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
There's a change in the weather. There's a change in the sea. So from now on, there'll be a change in me. My walk will be different, my talk and my name. There's nothing about me gonna be the same. I'm gonna change the way I'm living, and if that ain't enough, I'm gonna change the way I strut my stuff. 'Cause nobody wants you when you're old and gray. There'll be some changes made today. There'll be some changes made. Now, I'd like to make my position clear as far as you and I are concerned. I've come to a big decision, dear. I'm going to get that new leaf turned. Because I'm sick and I'm tired of this.
Don't ignore her, Mike.
Isn't this the girl whose voice you admire so much?
Now, what are you trying to say?
I nearly are.
No! Change my manner. Change my style. I hate you 'cause late you never wear a smile. As a matter of fact, you don't want to act like a real life lover should. You know I just can't go with a man who's made of wood. I'm gonna grab me a guy who's dying to buy me a real red limousine. I mean to find the kind who won't mind when I let off lots of steam. 'Cause I must...
I don't think I want to stay any longer. Get the check.
Fade away. There'll be some changes made today. Now you might think it's strange that I need a change, but my main objective is the sort of a man who's thought of a plan to change my name to his. That's why I'm afraid there'll be some changes made.
Thank you. Excuse me. Was an envelope from Glitter magazine left here? I'm Thomas Bradley.
No, sir, there's nothing here.
You were supposed to get a going-away present. I guess the office forgot all about it. Now, wait a minute. Maybe they didn't. Here comes Paul.
You wanted this delivered, Mr. Bradley?
Yes, thank you.
Good evening, Mr.
Hello.
Was there anything else, sir?
No, that's all.
Well, have a nice trip.
Thank you, Paul. Sleep with this under your pillow. Maybe the Pixies will bring us 15 cents during the night. Advance copy, and you're welcome.
The cover! Oh, Tom.
Well, comes the time. Goodbye, Phil.
Oh, the cover.
Exclusive contract. Yes, for a girl like that, sure. Thanks for rushing it through, Sam. It's exactly what I wanted.
Oh, excuse me. Good morning. Good morning.
Well, there's our cover girl now. You timed this just right. Sam, Phyllis Matthews. Congratulations, young lady.
Oh, thank you.
Philadelphia's reordered 20,000 copies. Goodbye, Sam. We expect to sell out in New York, in Boston. You're not interested in all those details anyway, are you?
Oh, I love it.
Well, I finally got a contract drafted, though you'd probably never sign it if you knew what you were doing. Say, let's have some lunch together, huh? I'm starved. Haven't even had breakfast.
Fine.
Excuse me.
Forget you were having lunch with Miss Davis at 1?
Cancel the appointment, Paul. Tell the gentleman I've been tied up with the printers all day.
Oh, Mike, if you had something else...
No, it's just a standing date with an old friend. We don't have too much to talk about anymore. You know how we outgrow old friends? Want to be with new ones.
No, Paul, I wasn't announced. I just breezed in to see him.
I'm sorry, Miss Davis. Mr. Marsh is going to a meeting.
Hey, Paul, haven't we heard from those... Oh, friend, what brings you here?
I tried to tell Miss Davis that you were going to an editorial meeting.
Yeah, that's right. How have you been?
Oh, I've been just fine. Outside of being stood up.
Hey, what is this? This is us, Davis and Marsh. Now, what brought all this on, huh?
Oh, I don't know. Not seeing you for a while and a feeling I'm being avoided. Oh, what was the bit at the club the other night?
You ask me that? You know, Greta.
Yeah, I know Greta. We're going to see each other tonight, aren't we?
Tonight?
The party, the charity party at the showroom. You're going, aren't you?
Yeah, sure I am. I've got to, but, well, Greta said she'd like to make it. Don't ask me why. I don't think it would be exactly politic for you to show up,
Mike, I couldn't stand if anything happened.
It's still going to work out with us, isn't it?
No, friend.
Don't say friend to me like that. Oh, Mike, when I'm with you, I feel great. Everything's wonderful. But I know you're busy. But when I don't see you for a while, I drink too much, and then I start feeling that it's all over with us. It's not all over with us, is it?
Or you and me?
Of course it's not over, honey.
Good evening, Miss Davis. I was just finishing up. How have you been?
Oh, it's fine. Celeste, I like your check so much. You get it?
I found it. Thanks. Mike's been nice having Mr. Bradley away like this. I finally got his apartment straightened up.
Excuse me.
Pardon me, Miss Davis, but are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. I just got tied out at the YWCA.
I have some coffee on the stove. Would it be all right if I stayed around and made you a little dinner?
Oh, no, don't bother. You probably got a date, and everybody's got a date. Don't bother. I'm all right.
Miss Davis, you make sure you eat something now, will you?
I promise I'll eat something. Go on, live it up. Make him propose. You promised to eat something.
I'm beginning to understand the attractions of your job. I think I'll have to get out of utilities and start investing in publishing.
You won't find any attractions like her anywhere else but at glitter, that I guarantee.
Sorry, folks, but the boss has to talk a little business.
Oh, what kind of business?
Oh, for the life of the net.
Don't forget to bring her back.
Excuse me. I'd hardly call this work, Mike. I'm loving it.
I thought you would. You look very attractive tonight, as usual.
Thanks. The gown's all right, huh? I was a little worried about it here.
Gown is just dandy. And by a strange coincidence, I understand we're at the same table.
Oh?
Don't say I never did anything for you, although just why you want to go to a dull affair at the Shoreham Country Club.
Maybe it won't be dull very long.
Jack, park it close by.
Good evening. Won't you go right in?
Good evening, Dirk.
Hello, Baron. It's nice to see you in the club.
Is Mrs. Marsh here, Mrs. Michael Marsh?
No, Mrs. Marsh isn't attending the party.
Hmm?
Don't they make a lovely couple?
Fran.
Isn't Mrs. Marsh, is it?
Or I might be mistaken. You two have spent so much time together lately.
And if you're trying to embarrass me, you're succeeding. You're drunk. You ought to go home.
I am not drunk. I'm just through with being stood up and lied to and fooled by a little thing like this. My little roommate. You moved in with me and then you moved right in with him, didn't you? You cheating horse! Let go, you respectable member of a respectable club. Would you like to know a few things about your Mr. Marsh? I could tell you. Or better still, she could tell you. She knows them. She knows them inside and out. Come here, you cheat, innocent-eyed little baby. Innocent, my foot. You're about as innocent as a mink.
Sorry, now, but we can't allow anything like this.
Who said so?
All right, sweetie, you feel better now that that's over?
It's not over yet.
Pull yourself together, Fran. It's all right, Dirk.
I'm amazed, Mr. Courtney. Really, I'm amazed.
Just when the Marshes are leaving for Europe. Miserable situation.
That was a devastating performance. What kicked it all off?
Van, loan me your car.
Oh, you don't want to drive anywhere.
Oh, come on. You're insured. Give me the keys.
Well, it's all yours, honey. Just remember, red means stop, green means go.
Where are the keys?
In the glove compartment.
Looks like I've ruined it.
You can't go back to that apartment.
Certainly not. Can you take me to a hotel for tonight?
There's no need for that. Magazine keeps an apartment here for visiting firemen. You might as well use it for tonight.
Listen, Mike, if anybody could...
Now, you listen. What are you going to do? Walk into a hotel with that dress and no luggage at this hour of the night? Or do you want to go back to your place first? Take a chance on running into that drunk again. And you can have a good night's sleep, and I'll send you things over in the morning. Anything wrong with that?
Well, no, except Toto.
Don't stay up there more than 5 minutes. Okay?
Okay. Thanks, Mike.
Here we are. I think you'll be comfortable here. The bedroom's right over here. I'm sure you'll be able to find everything you need.
I can't thank you enough, Mike. Good night.
You gonna be all right?
Yes, I'll be all right.
Of all the things to happen, I just don't know how to apologize.
It wasn't your fault, Mike. Thanks again. Good night.
Good night, honey. Call me when you wake up.
I will. Thanks again. Your little pigeon safely stashed away. Let me see.
Go on home. You don't know what you're saying. You don't know what you're doing. Come on.
Don't touch me. I don't like it anymore. Where is she?
But you've done enough for tonight. Don't you think you can go home now and stop acting so common and vulgar and loud?
No, I don't think I could. You're breaking her in a little fast, aren't you, Mike? A little bit fast even for you. It was almost 6 months before you invited me up here.
Shut up. There's absolutely nothing going on. She's in bed asleep. After your lovely behavior at the club, what did you expect?
Who do you think you're kidding? Oh, it sounds interesting, doesn't it? Come on out. Join the party. Get in on the dirt. It's a little party, but
You
this
got
little...
me brains at all. Be quiet.
Fran. What's she doing here?
She likes to make scenes. I'll get her out of here in a minute.
You're not going to get me anywhere. You're through telling me what to do. Mike, you think you can go through life doing exactly what you want to people, stepping on them, pushing them around. But you can't do it anymore. I'm not going to let you.
Mike, please, Mike, can't you get rid of her?
When she gets like this, you give her a minute to cool off.
Stop talking about me like I wasn't here. I'm here.
Fran, if you don't...
Shut up. What good do you think this is going to do?
A lot of good. It's going to show everybody exactly the kind of a louse you are. And just the kind of a slut she is. You deserve it, don't you, Mike?
Fran, you don't realize what you're doing.
You lose so much, that's all, Fran. You lose so much yourself.
I don't care what happens to me.
All I'm saying is that even if this is the kind of revenge you want, wouldn't it be a lot simpler?
Don't try to talk me out of it.
What's the point? You can see for yourself there's nothing wrong. Phil is here. I was on my way out. But the devil, Fran, you're not going to knock me off just because I happen to tell a few little lies every so often. This is you and me, darling. Davis and Marsh. We don't play scenes.
Oh, Mike, I don't know if I can believe you. I'm whipped. I'm going all to pieces. A person can just stand so much and...
Then let me have the gun. Come on, let me have the gun, darling. All right. Relax, honey.
Oh, Mike, I knew that you...
Mike!
I might have done that better.
We thought we heard... What's going on here?
Get me a doctor, an emergency doctor.
It's an accident. It's accidental. Nobody meant to.
I'll tell you. I was in love with Mike. He was going to marry me. He was getting a divorce. Then he met Phyllis. I brought her to New York. She wanted to be a model. She was using him. I found out she was sneaking around meeting him, and I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't stand it.
Yeah, but exactly what happened, Fran?
I don't remember it. It was an accident.
Come on.
Give us a break, will you?
Thank you very much, Miss Davis. I'm sorry to have taken so long. I don't think we'll need you anymore now. Miss Matthews, would you come in, please?
When are you going to get out of my apartment?
Fran, I still don't believe...
Look, I'm going away somewhere for a couple of days. Just make sure you're gone when I get back.
Fran, I read what you said in the newspapers, but I can't believe you said it.
I said it all right. Why don't you get smart? Go back to Nebraska where you came from.
I'm not going anyplace. I'm staying here. Nobody can blame me for anything.
Mike would still be alive if it wasn't for you.
Just leave me alone, will you? Exhausted. Gotta get some sleep.
Pleasant dreams.
Miss Matthews?
Here's the latest on the Mike Marsh shooting. While Fran Davis and Phyllis Matthews are still held in technical custody, a spokesman for Assistant Prosecutor Norman West indicated that the dying statement by Mike Marsh and information from the coroner were strong reasons to believe the statements of both women that the shooting was accidental.
Here. I was just leaving you this note. Come on inside. Oh, I've needed you. Oh, darling, it's been so terrible. And the things the paper said about me. Darling, what's the matter?
It's a good act, but no dice.
Tom, what are you talking about?
Us, you and me, and the whole rigmarole. I just don't buy it.
You don't believe those headlines.
I believe facts, honey. I know what happened. I know where it happened. Why else would anyone be with Mike Marsh in his private apartment?
All right, I get the idea. If you don't want to hear my side of it, then skip it. All you people know is what's vicious and dirty. Get out. Get out.
Nice of you to call me about it. Yeah, I'm very proud of my girl. All right, thanks a lot. Miss Matthews, I'm just trying to save you some grief. I'd love to have you for a Hannigan model under ordinary circumstances, but, well, your circumstances aren't ordinary.
Mr. Hannigan, I assure you...
Yeah, maybe I believe you. Now, there's no maybe at all about how you look or what kind of a job you do. You see, I sell talent to advertising agencies and to magazines, but they can't take any chances on offending anyone. Right now, Phyllis Matthews is no longer a model. She's a... well, she's...
You put it so nicely, Mr. Hannigan. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
We use a lot of your type. I think we can do business. One thing, honey, we don't want to sell you as Phyllis Miller. Changing your name is for the birds. The people we do business with are interested in the famous Phyllis Matthews in the flesh.
All right.
Well, honey, let's see.
What's the matter?
Let's see the body, Phyllis. Take it off. We do art pictures. We can't afford to buy no false pigs in a poke.
Hello, Phyllis.
Thanks for answering my call, Baron. I wasn't sure.
That I'd be here? Don't you know that I never judge people? You see, I don't have time, darling. I'm always being judged myself. Martini? 2 very dry martinis. Now, we don't have to ask each other how we've been, do we? What do you want to talk about?
Me. Seems no one in New York is interested in Phyllis Matthews anymore. I've tried to get work at practically every model agency in town, but I've been politely turned down. Some of them I just couldn't work for. I've got to have some money.
Oh, well,
Remember my first night in New York? The date we had?
very well. That was about 25 years ago, wasn't it?
You introduced me to Ted Andrews. He offered me $100. No strings attached. I was very proper and very insulted. Are there any friends of yours that you could introduce me to these days? I definitely won't be very proper and not so insulted.
Does all of this have something to do with the way you feel about Tom?
Time finally comes when you stop feeling sorry for yourself and start doing something. How about it, Baron? Do you want to start me in a new career? Sorry I brought it up, Baron. I was desperate and hoped.
What are you talking about? Of course, I'll introduce you to anyone that I think can help you, with no strings attached. I can't do much else for you, but at least I can do that. Ah. Cheers. I was just thinking what a lot of good new friends this is going to make for me. Ted, what kept you?
What kept me? I broke away an hour early. Where is she?
Where's who?
Don't play pussycat with me, Junior. Where's Nebraska?
If you can break through, she's right over there.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Ben, how are you?
Come over here and I'll tell you. Now, can I buy you that drink now, Nebraska?
You can buy me quite a few things.
Well, you've changed, haven't you?
I've changed and I've learned a lot.
I'll bet you could learn a lot more.
Is that so, teacher?
Come on, get your wrap. Let's go.
All right.
Good night, Ted. Good night, Let me get you a drink. Scotch over ice. Scotch and soda.
What's the matter? You look as if you'd seen a ghost.
Well, who would have thought it?
Hello, Phil. Hiya, fellas.
What are you two doing in these parts?
Glitter is kicking around a nightclub layout. This is a first field trip.
What are you doing in these parts?
Congratulations on the promotion. Rather hard way to get it. But we get everything the hard way these days, doesn't it seem?
I like the old Phil better.
I'd never have known. I don't recall your going on record about very many things you liked about me. On the contrary.
Okay, Phil. See you around, huh?
If you're around, Thomas, you'll undoubtedly see me. Coming, darling.
Just answer me one thing. What happened?
Make that scotch a double, huh?
Irving, I don't have to listen to this from any agent. I'm a valued client. You said so yourself. Well, there must be a job somewhere. I don't want Miami Beach, not at that price. I got my pride, you know. Well, the last job I had was the Blue Knight. You sound like I'm all washed up, that's why. What are you talking about? I can pick up the phone any time I want and talk to Lou Martell. I know all the big shots.
Hi, Mr. Carty. Reservation for 4?
Shirley.
Hello, Lou.
Blue Knight Poncho.
Hello, Baron.
Oh, hi, Mr.
Sit down, make
Davis.
yourself comfortable. Take your coat off.
Fine, thanks. I don't know if Martell's in yet. I'll see. Want to talk to Fran Davis? It's the 15th time she's called. Why not get her over with?
Excuse me, Baron.
Sure.
Yeah, Fran. Look, Fran, let's stop kidding each other. The answer's no. No today, no tomorrow, no next year. I only took you in the first place because Mike asked me to. Please, scratch that reason now. When you were in here last week, you looked awful. There's no secret you're drinking yourself right into the sewer. Anybody who'd hire you is either stupid or handing out charities. That doesn't happen to be my racket. Hello? Hello? Thing like that can make me feel lousy all day. Why don't these has-beens quit when they're through? Oh, Baron, the reason I sent for you, I want you to make a few telephone calls.
Oh? To whom?
Education always shows, doesn't it? Always there with the whom's. To whom, he asks. Real class, Baron. One call to Ted Andrews, and one to any girl that Ted'll go see. No questions asked. Got any ideas?
Well, Ted's been seeing Phyllis Matthews lately. Why? What is all this?
Well, let's just say the boys have taken a sudden dislike to him. Where's she living now?
39 Sutton Place. What's this all about?
Good address. Say, she might be all right.
If this is going to be rough, I don't want any part of it.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Baron. Because now my friends will have to blow the whistle on your note, tie you up in 6 different knots, go to court. There'll be a lot of embarrassing questions, not to mention the fact that my friends will probably bash your head in. But if you do cooperate, my friends told me to tear this whole thing up.
If this is what I think...
It's all up to you, boy. What's the difference? You're clean. You haven't done anything. All you do is make a couple of telephone calls at $2,500 a call. It's Pretty good calling, I'd say.
No,
No, Jack. Bring Mr. Courtney a double scotch over rocks.
You fell. Come on, lie to me, lie to me, lie to me, baby. You lie so doggone well.
Come on, don't rub it in. Sure, I'll marry you. Just open the door.
Hello, Fran.
Oh, Baron, for goodness sake, darling. What brings you below 45th Street? How are you? I haven't seen you since that lovely 24 hours we spent at the Assistant District Attorney's office.
I miss not seeing you around. How you been, Fran?
Well, actually, as you can see when I step into the spotlight, I've never looked lovelier. Of course, there was a poll taken recently, and the consensus of opinion was that Fran Davis should get lost. I think it was called the Irving poll. So I've retired gracefully, and now I spend my leisure breaking phonograph records and emptying ice trays. You care to join me? Records are over here, the boys over there.
Fran, you don't have to go to pieces.
What are you talking about? When you're falling apart, that's the time to go to pieces.
Hey, talk like you're through. You got a great future ahead of you.
The only trouble with the future, Baron, is it gets here so much sooner than it used to.
Well, maybe I could help you get away for a while. Rest. I could raise some money. My credit rating is suddenly much better.
How nice for you. Thanks, darling, but no thanks. Now, you're being very rude. My glass has been empty for almost a minute, and you've done nothing about it. Baron, where did I go so wrong? I used to be a decent human being. What happened? How did I change into...
Fran, don't talk like that. You didn't do anything. It was an accident. Nobody's to blame.
I'm talking about wasn't an accident. I did it deliberately, on purpose. I'm not talking about what happened on Mike.
Well, what are you talking about?
I don't know it. What's going on in the outside world? Who's messing up whose life these days? Baron, have you seen Phil around? Have you seen her lately?
No. No, I haven't. It's hard to believe about her, isn't it?
What are you talking about? When you're handed a stacked deck, you gotta play the cards you're dealt.
Yeah. Well, I hope she does all right. I hope she makes out.
What?
I always liked Phil.
What do you mean liked? You sound as if she isn't around anymore.
Well...
Well, what? Baron, you didn't come down here to hold my hand. You're brooding about something. What's going on?
I don't know exactly. I happened to be down at the club, and I overheard Lou Martell talking to a couple of the boys.
Yeah?
It seems they want to use Phil as a decoy with some guy tonight.
A decoy for what?
Well, it doesn't have to be a shooting. I don't know what it is.
Baron, did you tell her?
Me? You know what would happen to me if I did?
What's gonna happen to her?
I tell you, I don't know. Frankly, I don't want to know.
Baron, who's mixed up in it?
Stop hammering at me, will you, Fran? I came down here to see you and do you a favor, maybe, not to answer questions.
Okay, you did me a favor. Thanks very much. Let's get that.
See you around.
See you around. Baron, I'm so happy your credit rating's improved. Hello? Information. You have a new listing for Phyllis Matthews. Pardon me, my phone's ringing.
Don't bother, lady. I'll take it.
Wait a minute. Who are you? I don't
Oh,
think
get
I
with
like...
it, lady. If you weren't hip, I wouldn't be here now, would I? Hello, who is it?
Let me speak to Phyllis Matthews, please.
She's not here. You got the wrong number.
I don't know who you are or what you want, but you'd better leave.
Oh, lady. That's routine again? Look, I got a job to do. You got a job to do. So,
Let's settle down and relax, not complicate things. When's Andrews due?
He said 8 o'clock.
Okay, let's relax. We got a while yet. What record you got here? You got any nice, soft stuff? Put on something nice and dreamy, will you?
Why don't you watch where you're going, lady?
Sutton Place.
Okay.
All you say is come in. You understand, honey? It's not hard. It's just come in. Because otherwise it makes no difference to me. I'm on the hook already. 2 is no more trouble than 1. Which is another reason I know you won't remember what I look like. I'm really about 6'2", strangely attractive. And I had a mustache, maybe. I don't care. But imagine it good. Because if you don't, the people who hired me will hire somebody else to take care of you. You'll be scared to open any door. Never know when you open it. Louis. A little messy, lady. So you stand right there where he can see you when he comes in.
Phyllis Matthew, what apartment is she in?
22C, ma'am.
Thank you. Just a minute! Please, just a minute! Excuse me. Harold, please behave.
Oh, come on. You act like we didn't know each other.
You've had one too many.
Oh, I can handle it.
You're not coming upstairs.
I just want to show you to your
I
door.
know my way to my door.
Oh, come on, please. I'll be right with you, buddy.
Go ahead. Sorry we bothered
We'll be right with you. We'll be right with you.
Come on, you're going back
I'm going to go to the party.
I was standing right here when he went over. I don't mind answering any questions, Harry, but you'll see for yourself I never fired a shot.
Stick around. I'm taking him downtown for questions.
Yes. Guy you ought to be questioning is Baron Courtney, and after that, Lou Martell. Maybe Lou Martell first, something tells me.
Right enough, folks. Excuse me. Right enough.
All right, George, you wait over.
She lives here. I've seen her around a lot.
The brunette, very attractive?
That's the one.
been shot. It's all my fault.
No.
Clear, let us through, folks. Let us through, please.
Bill, don't leave me.
We won't, Fran.
Let us through, please.
Fran, just hold on. Hold on. Tom, I said terrible things about Phyllis. None of them were true. I must have been crazy. I was jealous. There never was anything wrong between her and Mike. I knew it. I just lied my head off. Everybody lost. You believe me, don't you? I wouldn't lie now.
I believe you, Fran.
Phil.
She should be quiet.
Listen, you two are good kids. You could have something great. Don't make the same mistakes I did. I want to be giving advice, I don't think. It was about 8:40 when we arrived at the hospital. Tom and I stayed there, waiting, hoping, praying. For once in her life, Fran got a break. She pulled through. It was a front-page story for a few days, but then Fran's name, and mine too, disappeared from the papers. The big city had other newcomers to get interested in, and so they keep on coming, all of them looking for something, all of them hoping. As for me, I was sure now of what I had been looking for.
Linda! Oh, it's so wonderful of you to meet me.
I'm so glad to see you, dear.
You look sorry.
Sweetheart, their parents just like anybody else's. All you have to do is kiss Dad on the cheek a couple of times and tell Mom you love her angel food cake. There's no reason to be nervous.
I'm not nervous, darling. I'm fine.
The coach flight was wonderful, Pam. So what if they didn't serve dinner? I'm in New York that much faster now.
Gee, there ought to be a porter around here.
No porter for my suitcases. I need every $50 I can hang on to.
Pardon me. I'd just like to wish you all the luck in the world.
Why, thank you. Thanks a lot.
What was all that, honey?
It's a long story. Let's go.